Today I want to talk to you about the 3 different conditions that cause a monopoly to exist. I'm Patrick Bet-David, your host of Valuetainment Weekly, and today we're going to talk about a different kind of monopoly than the one we're accustomed to. I'm not talking about our buddy named Uncle Pennybags, who we play the game and we roll the dice and you hope to land on Boardwalk and pass go and collect $200 and not go to jail. And we're not talking about that game today. We're talking about real life monopoly. 3 things cause a monopoly to happen. 1, only one firm sells the product. There's only one firm that sells the product. 2, there is a very difficult barrier of entry, meaning the government's created so many regulations and licensing for you to get in that it makes it tougher for a smaller business to go in and compete with the bigger business. If there's too many regulations, too many laws, very difficult for the smaller business to compete with the bigger business. 3 is there's no close substitute. So a close substitute could be, I have a choice between buying a car, but there's motorcycles. If a car is sold for $100,000, then there's a motorcycle, then there's a bicycle. I have a close substitute. So when you think about those 3 things, I'll give you a few examples business-wise. When Apple first came out with an iPhone, you remember when the iPhone first came out, it was a big hit. It's called a smartphone. It's incredible. It does your thinking for you. One of the best things that happened for you and I is Droid came out, right? And one of the best things that's recently happened for everybody, including iPhone users and the consumer, is Samsung came out with a new phone called Galaxy S5. That phone is going to influence Apple to get a bigger screen and get better. If they don't, they're going to lose a lot of customers to Samsung. And they need to be a little bit more affordable for the average middle-income family to be able to buy that. If they don't, they're going to lose customers. You think about Netflix, product grew, it did very well, stock's doing incredibly well. Amazon decides they want to compete with Netflix. You know what that's going to do? If you own Netflix, be excited about this because the product's going to get better. They're going to have to deliver a better product for you because there's a competition now. There's somebody that wants to take that marketplace. If Netflix is at whatever percentage, Amazon's just going to lower it, and Netflix need to think about creative ways to prevent that from happening. Some people may say, well, Groupon was a monopoly when it first came out. Yes, but it doesn't last long because within 1 year, couple thousand group buying websites came out that gave them so much competition that made Groupon change their regulations with their relationship with businesses, where they had to go from 50-50 profits to 60-40 to 70-30 to 80-20 because there were other people that were doing the same. And that continues on happening and happening and happening because the number one thing that prevents a monopoly from happening is choice. When there are choices, everybody has the pressure to improve. If I don't want to go to Starbucks, I have Coffee Bean. If I don't want to go to Burger King, I have McDonald's. If I don't want to go to Subway, I have Quiznos. The list goes on because choices prevents monopolies from taking place. So when you think about the pendulum, if we have a pendulum here, on one side there's only one company, it's a pure monopoly. On the other side we have pure competition, many firms. What do you think is the best opportunity for you and I? With a lot of firms. So that's why we call it free trade. When there's, allowing Japan to come and compete against Ford and Chevrolet when Toyota comes here, Honda comes here. It's allowing international companies to compete domestically. That not only creates the products to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper for you and I, but it also makes the competitors produce better products. Innovation gets better because they're seeing their competitors what they're doing. This has happened firsthand to me with competitors that I have that we deal with because every one of us is forced to improve collectively representing that one industry together. But above all, if there's one organization that can both prevent and influence a monopoly from taking place is the U.S. government. Here's why. A U.S. government can get involved and say, no, this is a monopoly, this is not going to be taking place. And on the opposite side, U.S. government can also create a lot of regulations by the way you and I vote, because it may seem like we're doing the right thing. Let's over-regulate this industry and this business because I don't like Apple, I don't like Walmart, I don't like this. Let's create more regulations. You know what the bigger businesses say? No problem. You're helping us out. Do you know why? The more the regulation, the less the smaller business can compete with the top guy, which means what for you and I? Prices don't go lower. And what you and I vote for as the consumer is to make things better, efficient, and more cost effective. The more the regulations, the less that's going to happen for us. It's my message of the week to you, and please be sure to subscribe to the channel and comment because I'd love to hear from you. Things that can cause a monopoly. Is that what it is? Did you see action? Are we good? Today I want to talk to you about three different conditions. Today I want to talk to you about the three different conditions that cause a monopoly. What was I thinking about? Monopoly. Like, what even sounds like monopoly? Monopoly. It sounds like a city in France. You know, I went to a city in France called Monopoly.